Hi, my name's Rob Cross. I'm Program Manager Biodiversity for Kapiti Coast District Council. Today I'm walking through Barry Hadfield Nikau Reserve, just north of Paraparaumu, beside the old state highway opposite Lindale. This 11-hectare native bush remnant is special in all kinds of ways, not least because of its spectacular groves of Nikau palms, which are the best in the district. Unfortunately, the places where the Nikau palms like to grow are the same places where people like to settle, meaning the Nikau palm groves got cleared along with the rest of the native forest. Sometimes, whether by accident or design isn't known, Nikau palms were spared, leaving them growing out on the open, the way some still are around Lindale. Unlike many native trees, solitary Nikau palms can survive exposure, and the height of the ones that are scattered around Lindale indicate the height of the native forest that used to grow around them. Nikau palms are unusual in growing further south and in cooler conditions than any other palm species in the world. Their striking sculptural form has captured the imagination of artists and sculptors who have used them as motifs and sculptural elements in their work. They're slow growers, taking 15 to 20 years to form a trunk and more than a century to grow to 10 metres. That means many of the Nikau palms in Barry Hadfield Nikau Reserve are hundreds of years old and still growing. At any one time, about 14 leaf fronds stand erect at the top of mature palms, each evenly spaced at exactly 135 degrees around the crown. The bases of the leaves overlap to form the smooth green bulge at the base, which is also where the distinctive hand-like flower stems emerge. Pollinated flowers take 18 months to grow into bunches of berries that ripen from green to red. Korimako, Keruru and Tui feast on the ripe berries, as would kaka, kakariki and kokako if they were still around. The Barry Hadfield Nikau Reserve runs up a steep escarpment, typical of the escarpments that flank our local coastal plain. The Nikau groves are confined to the fertile, damp soils at the toe of the slope, also preferred by kahikatea and pukatea, which are swamp forest species. This is a magnificent pukatea with its distinctive buttressed trunk. You can do a short, easy loop through the Nikau groves from the car park, or if you're feeling fitter, tackle the steep track to the lookout at the top of the hill, which is where I'm heading. So Nikau are generous providers, and not just to wildlife. Early Polynesian settlers may have been disappointed about the lack of coconuts. Nikau is very close to the Eastern Polynesian words for coconut palm, but they soon found that the long fronds were ideal for thatching roofs, and the bases of dead fronds could be stitched together to make buckets for carrying and storing water. They also found the leaf shoots and the flower clusters were good eating, as were the hearts of the palm, although they only ate these when they really needed to, because harvesting them kills the tree. This section of the uphill track used to be a boggy mess, all but unusable in winter. Now it's bridged by a 200-metre long boardwalk designed and built by Matt Ward, a very handy botanist who cares deeply about native plants. He went to great lengths to minimise the impact, and the result is a practical, handsome structure that protects the sensitive environment while allowing people to enjoy it all year round. One of the great things about the hill track is the way the vegetation changes as you wind your way up the escarpment. At the bottom there's the Nikau groves and swamp forest, and then it changes to koikoi dominated forest, and finally there are these beautiful akiraho trees, which are a kind of giant daisy adapted to growing on the thin dry soils of the upper slopes. It's a short quad-busting climb to the top, but your reward is expansive views of this section of the Kapiti coast. From here you can either take the track to Anabia Road or another track to Nikau Palm Road and continue on the bright track all the way to Valley Road in Paraparaumu. Or you can stop, take advantage of the seats and the table here, catch your breath before going back down. which is what I'm going to do. So that's Barry Hadfield Nikau Reserve. It's worth pausing to read about how the reserve got its name. We certainly owe a great debt of gratitude to the Hadfield family, who had the foresight and the generosity to set aside this area of land for posterity. If they hadn't, I'd be looking up at a bare grass slope or a pine forest instead of the magnificent native forest we see here today.